Hi guys, it's Sarah from Losing It For Me 42 with my month 20 update. That sounds right. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 26, 2016. My high weight was 389 and that was in April of 2016. My surgery weight was 324, so I lost 65 pounds pre-op. My all-time lowest weight was 209. My highest regain weight was 225, and that was a couple weeks ago. I started my 100-day challenge to my 2-year surgery. I'm on day 77, and last week I came to you guys at 221, and on day 77 I am 216.8. Yay! So I had a math, is it 4.2? Yes. 4.2 pound loss for the week, which was really damn good. I did, in fact, fast. I did not do 5 days. I did 3 days. So I fasted from Sunday night to Wednesday night, and it was good. Like, it was hard, I won't lie. Like, in the past, fasting sometimes is like super easy. I don't think I had enough like stores to make it feel super easy, and that is a good thing, because once you start to actually feel like kind of physically hungry, you realize you've burned through all of your like easy stored, like your semi-stored quick energy, and you've kind of gone through that. And that's a good sign, because then you know you're tapping into your own fat for energy and fuel. In regards to how it worked for inflammation, I am still having a lot of pain and stuff, so maybe not so much. I mean, I feel like it did a little, but I also didn't get really into autophagy. Like, I got to 3 days. Usually autophagy doesn't start to happen, I think, until like 4 or 5 days. I think it's 5 days. Like, real, like, hardcore autophagy, I guess. Because I've heard other people say that you can get autophagy with intermittent fasting, and I don't know. But I got moderate success on that. It was okay. Like, I did struggle a little bit. Excuse me. One of the things I did, speaking of yawning, is normally when I fast, I just change my coffee to, like, my coffee from coffee with cream to coffee and almond milk or cashew milk. And it has so few calories that it doesn't hit the 50 calorie mark to throw you out of fasting state. This time I completely ditched the coffee and replaced it with tea. Oh, it's still hot. It's strange, I guess, because oh no, you're all blurry. Why are you blurry? Hello. There we go. Sorry guys. But I replaced it with tea, and that's been interesting. I miss my coffee. But one of the things that I do like is my coffee habit in the morning has kept me from intermittent fasting. Like, a real, like, I could do fat fasting and things like that, but I want to do like full on intermittent fasting. And the best way for me to do that is to do it in the morning, and my morning coffee throws that out. So this is a good thing to replace my coffee in the morning. I think it'll open up a little bit more avenues there. I'm not fully like saying no coffee ever. Trust me, it's Friday. I'm having my Friday coffee when I get home from work today. And I'm looking forward to that Friday coffee more than I've ever looked forward to it before. But I just want to like really get into the intermittent fasting. So Wednesday night I broke my fast. I wasn't feeling good, feeling very dizzy. Had a little bit of food, like had a good like meal, dinner. I didn't have, because I wasn't expecting to break my fast. I was daydreaming about all the meal I was gonna have to break my fast. It was gonna be excellent. I didn't have anything on hand, so I had some rotisserie chicken and some peas. The thing I would have liked is to have had something like in a higher fat content. But, I mean, rotisserie chicken's kind of fatty, but yeah, would have liked a higher fat content. Funny enough, earlier that day, Wednesday, I worked with a sales rep. And now, when you work with a sales rep, you never know, like, what the lunch situation's gonna be. A lot of the times they're so busy and they're so like go that they don't think to stop for food. And if they do, maybe they stop at a deli and it's like, oh, I'll get like an iced tea or something, like, you know, just so that way I'm participating but I'm not eating and I don't have to say anything. No, he wanted to sit down lunch. And not only did he want to sit down lunch, he went to like this amazing restaurant that had a fantastic looking menu. And the food looked really freaking good. And I had to be like, and I finally, like, I thought about it and I was like, do I break my fast? I kind of want to break my fast. I'm kind of feeling like, not so good. God, sorry guys, sun. And I'm like, do I? And the thing that kept me from not doing it was the fact that typically when I break my fast, I get a little bit of digestional distress. So I was like, yeah, I'm on the road. I don't know where the next bathroom is or how bad it could be. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's not bad at all. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I ended up having to tell him that I was fasting. And it was weird, but I'm amazed. So much of this is in my head, and I know this. Like, I'm amazed that, like, he didn't really bat an eye. He was like, oh, I feel bad, like, that I'm going to eat in front of you, because he's a very, very polite gentleman. And I was like, don't, at all. Like, I have no problem with it. And I explained the fasting was for inflammation and stuff. But, you know, you always think that if you talk about food or weight or anything, or, you know, anything in that realm, because I've been a heavy girl my entire life, like, that people are going to be like, and get into my business. No, not at all. Like, people just, like, I do things, like, I go with my girlfriend at work to get ice cream, and, like, I sit there and I watch her eat ice cream, and, like, I'm just like, and when they ask, I'm like, I just wanted to get out of the office, like, this is nice, and, like, I'm being good. And I do that a lot. And I realized, like, when I first started, I felt so paranoid about it. And I realized, like, it's common. It's common. Say you're on a diet. Say you're watching what you eat. Like, people don't really question that, because, you know, people do it. It's not that strange. So I did continue to fast up until Wednesday night, and then I was like, I had a couple of really big bouts of dizziness, like, had to sit down dizzy, and I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling so hot, and I'm having these really bad dizzy spells, so I'm going to eat. Overall, I felt like the fast went really well. I started intermittent fasting the next day, so I'm kind of testing where I feel good and where I want to get to with intermittent fasting. I kind of like a good like 19-20 hour fast with a 4-hour eating window. The only issue I found so far is that, like, you figure 4 hours, like, oh yeah, I'll eat something, and then 2 hours later I'll eat something else. I did it yesterday, and I really worked to get those calories in. Like, I chose really calorie-dense foods. I did not get very many calories in. So that is something I'm experimenting with. I may not be able to do it every day, maybe, every other day, but I like it because I feel like my insulin levels drop nice and low throughout the day, and I get a good response from my body going like, yeah, like we're actually going to like tap into our own stuff. So I like that. I was listening to a YouTube video. I don't remember. It's not somebody I typically follow, but it's one of those ones that popped up as a suggestion, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch that later. But this doctor was basically talking, and he was talking about the myth of the calories in, calories out, and that he stressed that calories in, calories out is a myth, and that it's more about hormones. That weight loss is really hormonally based, and that you kind of have to like get your body into this hormonal, like the right hormonal balance in order for it to be doing the things it's supposed to do. I agree and disagree. Like, I totally think most of weight loss is hormonal, that you need your insulin levels to drop for, your body to like then go to leptin and go, hey leptin, what's going on? And for leptin to decide whether or not you need to release fat or store fat. And that high sustained insulin or sustained insulin levels really do keep you from tapping into what you have already. So I found it very interesting. I'll see if I can't link that below. I wasn't he was wholeheartedly on board. He had some interesting takeaways from it, but this is what happens when I give up coffee. I always try to take everything with a little bit of, especially when they're like uber, like this is the only way, like I take it with a little bit of like, well, there's other things involved, but it was interesting. And so I'm trying this prolonged intermittent fasting. I feel like as a WLS patient, like OMAD, 1 meal a day, isn't really feasible. If anyone's ever done OMAD or done OMAD successfully, done OMAD not successfully, comment below and let me know. I like the idea of the like long period of low insulin levels. I'm curious on how to get my calories in, like nutritional wise. Like, I'm sure I could drink a chocolate shake, like a milkshake, and get my calories in easy, but that sounds so gross to me, right? Isn't that funny? It's like I think about it, I was like, that'd be so heavy and gross in my tummy. But I could, have a shake of some type and get, put a lot of calorie dense things in there, but I want to do it where I'm, getting good nutrition too. So I'm finding I'm experimenting. I may do every other day. I may do like a whole day. I like the long fast because like fasting when I get up and when I go to work is easy. At work, I have to make a conscious choice and an effort to get food. Where at home, I'm in the kitchen with a spoonful of peanut butter in my mouth before I know it's happened. So, you know, when I fast at work, I'm not saying it's like easy in the sense that I'm not hungry, but it's easy in the sense that like it's easier to not like to have that kind of like hurdle that you have to go over before you can actually eat, and that hurdle kind of really goes like, yeah, you don't want to do that. But yeah, so I like that, and I think like, you know, getting home and having, I wonder if I like have something for like the car ride home, and then like, I don't know, I have to figure something out, because I ate yesterday, and maybe it was just a high restriction day. I ate yesterday. It's so funny. 3 days of fasting, eat like, and have no feel of real restriction. 1 20-hour fast, and boy did I feel restriction. I made this meal, and I was like, okay, this will be like a snack. And I was like halfway through, I was like, I can't finish this. This is my snack. And like 2 hours later, I was still full. And I was like, I need to find things to eat that, you know, are not dense, so that I can get more calories in, but that I'm not, you know, going after my tummy because it feels really full. But yeah, that was a challenge. So I'm there. The scale is moving, which is fantastically great. I am still under a ginormous amount of stress and pressure, and but I'm one day at a time. And I feel like things are good. I think fasting was very good for me to like really grab a hold of my eating, really make a lot of conscious choices. And one of the things that I'm kind of trying to focus on is, instead of thinking of eating off plan as I am miserable, I'm in pain, I'm unhappy, give me comfort food to make me feel better. I think the thing that I am miserable, unhappy, and, you know, in pain about, you know, that thing, I'm giving it power to make me more miserable, more unhappy by eating off plan. And so by eating off plan, I'm giving that thing that I'm already upset about more power. And that kind of has helped me, it's helped me kind of get a balance, because it's different. I'm not going like, you know, this will make me feel better. I'm going like, this will make me feel worse. Like, in this period of like, you know, I'll have a quick flash of a pan of like, oh yeah, I ate this and I liked it. And it's like, yeah, but then you see the scale go up and you don't like that. And that's really kind of helped me with the emotional eating. And I kind of like that mindset a little bit more than going like, well, I'm already miserable, so I'm just going to grab this and like, you know, this is going to make me feel better. And it's like, no, actually it really doesn't. And like, even though I know when I'm comfort eating, like I know that it doesn't make me feel better, but I think making that like that extra step connection of like, this is giving that thing that you're upset about more power. But I was like, yeah, I don't like that. So that's been helpful. So day 77, I have 77 days and 18.8 pounds to go to be 198 by my surgiversary. That's an ambitious goal. As I said, when I started this, I thought I weighed less to begin with, and I didn't. And that made my goal very ambitious. But if I can continue to have even half of this success every week, I'll be fine. But I'm still keeping strong, still trucking along. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you next week. Bye.